Welcome to the X Corner. I'm here to add some more mutation to that Superherocrew. For the week of June 6, 2018, we have 5 comics. Astonishing X-Men number 12, Dazzler X-Song number 1, Hunt for Wolverine Weapon Lost number 2, X-Men Gold number 29, and X-Men Red number 5. Spoilers. Yeah, of course. First we have Astonishing X-Men number 12. The writer is Charles Soule, and the penciler is Geraldo Sandoval. This is the finale of the A Man Called X storyline, as well as the end of this creative team and characters. We have a final fight between the X-Men and the Shadow King. The Shadow King spreads doubt and paranoia to the team, rendering them all disabled. Logan even tries to kill himself with his claws. Psylocke is the only one left standing, but even she is being beaten. Then, X literally pulls himself back together and stands up in the most epic way. He joins with Psylocke and all the psychics in the world, known and unknown, to crush the Shadow King like the bug he is. The X-Men still don't trust X, so he rewards them all with different gifts before erasing his presence from their minds. Only Psylocke knows X is still alive, and he wants her to act as his conscience. He then goes off to forge a new dream. This was a great end to this run. I thought X was all Shadow King after last issue, so to see him as a real character who's going to continue on in the world is awesome. I was a little hot and cold with this storyline, but Charles Soule stuck the landing. His description of the Shadow King made that character jump up in the standings of X-villains with just one set of lines. He said that happiness is a lie, life is horror, the light is always dying all across the universe. The last star will flicker out someday. When it does, all that remains, shadow, and I will be king. It speaks to the immortality of the Shadow King and the despair he brings. So very good. The gifts X gave the X-Men were cool too. He gave Warren the ability to switch between Angel and Archangel at will. He gave Gambit a purpose, as he gave him a quest to find and save Phantom X. He then gave Rogue and Mystique the reassurance that they were not nobodies, as their powers forced them to feel. He gave Bishop the ability to stand down once in a while and relax. And then lastly, he gave Logan the ability to appreciate the good he's doing, and not to dwell on the evil of his past. And the art was pretty good too. Sandoval's style is very anime influenced, with a Humberto Ramos feel. There's one shot of Archangel that I really love. And after all that, they announced the next creative team and cast, and I nearly lost it. Matthew Rosenberg has been doing great stuff. Greg Land recently proved he's evolved his style in the annual, and the team has Havoc, Dazzler, Beast, Colossus, and Warpath. Such a strange and interesting mix. They had me at Havoc, obviously. So Astonishing X-Men keeps the X streak going for great stories. 9 out of 10 easy. All these good X-Men books lately. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Then there's Dazzler X-Song number 1. The writer is Magdalene Visaggio, and the penciler is Laura Braga. This is a one-shot, it seems, getting Dazzler ready to join the Astonishing X-Men. Dazzler is trying to get her singing career back on track by leading a new band called Lightbringer. She's playing shows to try unite the mutants and Inhumans under one family, and in a unique twist, there's a mutant anti-Inhuman hate gang causing trouble at her shows. And she eventually has to kick their asses to get them to stop disrupting the fun. Interspersed between all of this music drama is Colossus trying to get Dazzler to come back to the X-Men. He eventually gives her an old-school comm device, and she throws it in her trunk for future use. I didn't realize this was just one shot, so after getting about halfway through, I was thinking that I didn't really want to read a series about Dazzler trying to deal with mutant jerks who are ruining her parties. But as a one shot it was fine. Nothing special, although the art was pretty good. It was a basic story getting us up to date with Dazzler's mindset. I do like her new look. It's like a mix between her classic look and the look that is on the cover, which is not in the book. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Next is Hunt for Wolverine Weapon Lost number 2. The writer is Charles Soule and the penciler is Matteo Bufagni. In this issue, we have the detectives asking the internet-addicted Cypher to try and track Wolverine sightings. There are many. Some fake, some cold, and some from those after-credit scenes we were seeing there for a while. Eventually the team gets a new report from a ranger station in Canada about someone with claws attacking them. They get there to find everyone dead. Daredevil tracks the killer into the woods, only to realize too late that that's what he wanted. They had left Cypher behind, and he gets his throat cut by someone who looks a lot like Logan. This is the one Hunt for Wolverine book that is working, since it introduced and keeps teasing a mystery. Is this really Wolverine? A clone? Robot Silicon? And the team works too. Misty Knight and Daredevil obviously have some cachet from their Netflix appearances, but even Frank McGee is interesting. Cypher's addiction to the internet could lead to some cool stuff too, if he survives that throat cutting, of course. I wish the other Hunt for Wolverines were as good as this one. 8 out of 10. Then there is X-Men Gold 29. The writer is Mark Guggenheim, and the penciler is Geraldo Borges with David Marquez. Kitty is racing to save Peter from Alpha, but as she gets there, he launches the Legacy Virus bioweapon at Earth, and then he escapes. Kitty gets Peter on his feet, and Sasquatch from Alpha Flight arrives to get them to safety as the space station starts to self-destruct. A piece of the station falls on the escaping shuttle, and knocks out Sasquatch and Rogue, so Peter is forced to turn into Colossus to get the debris off before the place explodes. Meanwhile, Storm lightning bolts most of the bioweapon pods, and then she and Pyro finish off the rest right before they detonate over the US. Colossus gets the ship freed, and the X-Men escape. Lydia Nance is being held by S.H.I.E.L.D. on attempted genocide, and Alpha tries to free her, but Iceman is there to freeze him. They think they've gotten all of his nanites, but some escape to fight another day. Peter wakes up in the hospital, and Kitty proposes again. So we're getting a wedding next, supposedly. In a quick wrap-up to the Legacy Virus threat, this issue felt like the end was truncated to make it work for the upcoming wedding. There wasn't much threat to the pods killing anyone, as Storm and Pyro dealt with them pretty easily. The best part was once again the flashback page, showing Kitty finding out about Peter dying the first time from the Legacy Virus. Storm was pretty cool again as she thundergassed out. Other than that, it was pretty lackluster. Not bad, but really rushed. 7 out of 10. Lastly, we have X-Men Red number 5. The writer is Tom Taylor and the penciler is Mahmoud Rasrar. Cassandra Nova is manipulating more world leaders to outlaw mutants, this time Poland. Meanwhile, Gambit meets up with the X-Men Red team as he breaks into the room of the man who shot the mutant he was trying to protect last issue, I think it was. Trinary is working on disabling the Sentinite in the man's head as Jean explains to Gambit what is going on. They teleport out and meet up with Trinary's newly painted Sentinel X, who has been gutted to make room for seats. The team has a new ride. They rush off to Poland to save a bunch of mutants trying to escape the country by sea, and the X-Men arrive just as the army is about to arrest them all. The team protects the mutants, and Jean links all their minds to make each side feel what the other does. This stops most of the soldiers, and the last is dissuaded from more violence by the arrival of Namor, who threatens the country by making trade overseas very difficult if they keep this attack up. Jean has a new plan to stop the hate by what she calls weaponizing the truth. Then there is a one-page countdown to Extermination preview. It's 20 years in the future, and the Sentinels are destroying Atlantis. Then Jean tells Nightcrawler all the other X-Men are dead. This issue was another one that left me slightly flat. I like the scenes, but the resolution seems too easy. Jean just psychically solves every problem the team comes across, and for now that doesn't give the story any stakes. Hopefully soon she'll run into something she can't just think away. I did love the rainbow Gabby painted on the Sentinel X's chest, though. It's just ridiculous, especially when it's shielding a bunch of mutants from gunfire. The countdown to Extermination preview has me a bit interested now. I do love the X-Men adding yet another alternate future to their stash. I can't give this one more than a 7. I won't even mention how poor the art was yet again. So yet again, not a bad week. Even the lesser comics this week weren't bad, just not memorable. I think this Marvel Fresh Start thing might just be what the doctor ordered. I doubt it'll help comic sales. That ship has been sunk by the torpedo named Marvel Studios. But it will make us few remaining fans happy, I think. I'll be back next week to do it all over again. Until then, have a good one.